Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia, your personal stylist, and the purpose of my channel is to help you solve all of your wardrobe problems so that you look and feel your best. But today I don't have a wardrobe solution for you. What I do have is a reflection of 2019 and a little bit of the decade, because I'm seeing things in a whole new perspective now. So not just 2019, reflections of the decade. And this video is coming to you at the end of the month, I believe so, hopefully. And I wanted to just really sit down and talk about my 2019, what I'm looking forward to in 2020. I want to reflect back on this video in 2021 and think to myself, whoa, this is where I am now. I also want to do the tag about a year ago. I started doing that tag in 2015, and I did it once more in 2016, and then I skipped 3 years. I skipped 2017, 2018, and 2019. Well, we're back in effect. I am excited to do the tag because I enjoyed doing it the first 2 years. It's a really great self-reflection, time reflection exercise, and I want to continue to do the exercise every year. So I guess I can start by saying I am excited 2019 is over, and I'm excited that 2020 is here. But that's not to say that I hated 2019. 2019 really completed a decade for me in which I learned the value of having a vision. I learned about wholeness. I learned about having a relationship with God. And I learned about self-identity and what that means to me and how important that is for me. In order for me to thrive in life, I have to know who I am. I have to know my purpose. I have to know that my purpose is unique to me. I have to have the tools to operate in that purpose. And I have to be well versed in what it is that I'm doing to achieve the purpose. That's what 2019 taught me. And it took me all of 2019 to understand that about myself and why I may have operated and did certain things in previous years or felt certain ways. But 2019 gave me clarity. It gave me self-awareness and clarity. And I am so clear about who I am, my purpose, my surroundings, why I'm here, why I'm in LA. I'm so clear, and I'm excited to walk in this clarity and in this self-awareness and just crush it. In 2019, I received so much clarity, more clarity than I had ever been privy to or exposed to. It's helping me to navigate 2020. I also learned probably the most covered truth in my life that has changed my whole perspective and the way that I see things and do things. And that is happiness. I learned the real truth about happiness. Happiness is temporary. Happiness is based on what's happening around you. One day you could have a great job, you could have just gotten a promotion, and then you find out that your mom is dying of cancer. What happened to that happiness that you just had from receiving news of your promotion? It's gone. What about when you get a house? You just bought a house and you saved up all your pennies for this house. So excited to show it to everyone. And then your boyfriend breaks up with you, or your husband says he wants a divorce. Are you still happy about the house? Probably not, because that happened. But now what's happening is you're getting a divorce, or you're lonely. Then your friend calls and says, you know what? I'm gonna take you out for ice cream and I'm gonna take you shopping. That makes you happy for like 2.5 seconds. And then you go back home to a lonely house. Are you happy? It's based on what's happening around you, is the point that I'm making. So I don't want something based on, I don't want an emotion based on what's happening around me. I want this emotion to stay permanent. And that's why I no longer aspire to have happiness. I aspire to have peace. And when you have peace, that allows you to be content in your life. So I worked in 2019, I worked on being at peace with myself. And it took me a while to get there. It didn't really round up until the end of the year that I really realized that happiness just really isn't important. It's peace that is important to me. My truth is happiness is not important because it's very temporary. It's based on what's happening at the time. Peace is everlasting. Therefore, I must aspire to be at peace at all times. So I aspire to have peace. That was probably the most important reveal in my life in 2019. And I'm so glad I wrapped up the decade understanding that and understanding what I value. I value peace, peace of mind, peace in my heart, peace with my decisions, peace. So I learned a lot in 2019. I also decided to do an analysis of the decade. Now, I did a very deep analysis. I took 2010 to 2020. It's important to do an analysis and evaluate a decade or even a year, because you need to see what you experienced, what you came from, to see where you're going. At least that's how it was explained to me by my spiritual advisor. So I took that to heart and I did a deep analysis over the last 10 years. I wrote out some things, and I also was encouraged to write down what I gained, what I lost, what I learned, and what was my theme of the decade. And I'll share that with you. And then we're gonna move on to the tag. All right, an analysis of the last decade, 2010 to 2020. What did I lose? I lost time and opportunities for self-development to eventually be great in that season. What did I gain? I gained a sense of purpose and identity. I gained character. I gained knowledge and wisdom. I gained a relationship with God. What did I learn? The truth about happiness. Happiness is temporary. Peace is everlasting. Peace prevails over happiness. I learned the significance in having a vision for my life. I learned how to have wholeness because of God. I'm learning how to be full, but selfless. What is the running theme of the decade? The quest for self, self-discovery, uncovering my true identity and who God created me to be. So that was my analysis of 2010 to 2020. I encourage you all who are watching this to do an analysis of your 2010 to 2020. Write down what you lost, what you gained, what you learned, and what was the running theme of 2010 to 2019. It helped me to be more clear when writing my intentions and my goals for 2020. I also decided to take the whole month to plan out my year and decade. So I'm super excited to continue working on that, and just know that you don't have to rush when you're planning things out, because you're planning, you're really planning your life. These things can't be rushed. Do it, but don't rush it. So there we go with that. And now we're gonna do about a year ago tag. My biggest accomplishment of 2019, I would probably say setting everything in place to return back to school to achieve my degree for graphic design and multimedia. I call it an accomplishment because it was something that I wanted to do in 2018, but I was just too scared. And then towards 2019, I decided, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Biggest obstacle of 2019. My biggest obstacle of 2019 was probably not having consistency within employment in a corporate space, or within the workforce. So at the top of the year, I was working at an advertising agency. It was very exciting when I first obtained the job. I was working at an advertising agency in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, and it was just amazing to work around young professionals that have been in the advertising space, and I just felt like my dreams were coming true. And it turned out to be a nightmare for me. I didn't enjoy it, and so I decided to quit. After 5 months, I quit. So I worked there from November of 2018 to April of 2019. I quit April 26th. That was my last day. And then I had a gap until July. And then I worked for another company, an e-commerce company. I worked there for a few months, and then I was released. The job just wasn't a good fit for me, and I had to really sit down and think about what was happening, what was really the issue. And I think the biggest obstacle was trying to figure out, what do I do next? So every time I had a gap, I just was unsure. So for me, I would probably say the biggest obstacle was trying to figure out, what do I do next after the separation of each job that I had for 2019, which was 2 jobs, but 2 jobs is pretty significant. Biggest obstacle was probably not having the consistency in employment within the workforce, and trying to figure out what to do next, and what does this mean for me? Why does this keep happening? Top 5 beauty products of 2019. I would say the Fenty concealer. I would also say the CoverGirl foundations. I'm gonna put them on the side here because I can't remember them, and I'm not going over to that mirror. My Bobbi Brown highlighter, and my Marc Jacobs mascara, and this lip pencil that I found at Sally's. Absolutely love it. I'll link it down in the description box, and then I'll also have it off to the side here. Those are my top 5 beauty products. I forgot that this question was on here, otherwise I would have prepared for it, but those are my top 5. Bloopers from 2019. If I have some, I'll insert them. If I don't, it's because I got rid of them, but I always have bloopers. So for 2020, I'll keep some. Favorite mainstream YouTubers and non-mainstream. Favorite YouTubers. I'll give you 3 mainstream. Iman, I think she's pretty mainstream. She has like over 900,000 subscribers. I would say Ashley D Beauty is pretty mainstream at this time. I need someone else who's mainstream. I didn't watch that much YouTube in 2019 the way that I thought I would. Oh, I don't know if she would be considered mainstream. Tamar. I love her channel now. Like, I absolutely love her vlogs. So Tamar and Iman and Ashley D Beauty. Probably my favorite top 3 of 2019. Raven Elise. I watched a lot of Jayla Corian in 2019, I would say. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, people that I kind of kept up with. And for non-mainstream, they have high numbers, but I don't think that they are super mainstream. So Busby Style, Erin of Busby Style, she's a fashion channel. Lauren Mesadieu. I also watched a lot of BookTube. So Peruse Project, The Book Castle, Stories for Coffee. Those are like my favorite booktubers. Again, I didn't prepare. 2020, I will prepare. Regrets of 2019. What do I regret? I don't think you should have regrets. I'm starting to think you should not have regrets because everything happens for a reason. So I'm at peace with everything right now and where I'm at. And I don't have any regrets for 2019. I don't. Yeah, I had obstacles. Yeah, I worked a job that I like completely loathed and had to emancipate myself from. But I think it had to happen. It had to happen so that I could get to where I am right now. So I don't really have any regrets for 2019. Everything happened the way that it was supposed to happen. There's an appointed time for every season, and that was just the way that the cookies crumbled. Most memorable phrases from 2019. Probably sister. That is a phrase that one of my friends and I use. I'm just gonna go with some of the ones that were said on Instagram. Sis, please take your foot off our necks. And a whole mood, a whole vibe. I'm a vibe, I'm a mood. Sister, and goat, the goat. Although people have been saying the goat for a few years now, but for 2019 I said it a lot, and I think those are the most memorable. Can't really think of any. I didn't stay really connected to social media in 2019, so I'm not really up on it. but for sure I'm a whole mood. I know that that was like a popular phrase. Most embarrassing moment of 2019. Probably when I was released from my job after only 3 months of working. Not even 3 months, probably like 2 months. And then I had to tell my friends and my family. Pretty embarrassing. Lessons learned from 2019. The lessons that I learned from 2019 is I don't have anything to prove to anyone. And happiness is temporary. That's why you should strive for peace. Said that at the beginning of the video, but just in case you didn't catch it, I said it again. Deep work is extremely important if you want to thrive in your industry. I thrive off of the truth and I tank off lies. When you have identified your purpose and you've put in the work to be well versed in this purpose, when you are well versed in this industry or this field or this particular purpose, no one can be a threat to you. Goals for 2020. Goals for 2020. So my goals for 2020 would probably be to make the Dean's List. I want to explore so much more of LA. I want to hit up all the museums, but I want to visit at least 20 museums for 2020. I want to start blogging again, so doing more blogging within fashion. I want to be consistent on my YouTube channel. So for the first 3 months, I want to post a video a week. For February, March, April, I want to post a video a week. For May, June, July, I want to post 2 videos a week. And for August, September, October, I want to post 2 videos a week. And the same for November and December, 2 videos a week. So that's my goal. I also want to post weekly on my booktube channel, and I want to have mentorship within my industry, and I just want to continue to work on my brand as a fashion authority. I also want to have some volunteers for this channel specifically. I want to work with some ladies and help them to develop their style virtually. I'm gonna do it for free. I'm gonna get volunteers, and then from there I want to roll out my virtual styling program, and hopefully that will be completed by the end of the year. I also want to work on a couple of ebooks. So I'm hoping to have like 2 ebooks done by the end of the year. And I want to visit a friend in Chicago and visit 2 friends in Houston and visit some places around the LA area. I also want to join a book club, and I want to document more of my experiences exploring LA. So I really want to explore LA this year and just be more social than ever before. So but in terms of this channel, I really want to continue to build a community. Community is more important than having thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands of subscribers, because a loyal community will be consistent. And so I think community, tribe, that's more important than having hundreds and thousands of subscribers. So not really looking to have like 1 million subscribers, unless that comes with a million subscribers that are a big old community. But I used to kind of want the numbers for the wrong reason, and now I just really want to serve others and help others. So my goal is different. Like what success is different to me now. Yeah, it's a little different. So yeah, I'm more focused on community more than anything. But you know, if a community came with 1 million subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, I'll take it, but that's not like my end goal anymore. What am I looking forward to the new year of 2020? I'm just looking forward to finishing, oh, that's another thing. For 2020, I also want to finish my personal styling certificate, and I want to finish that within the next 6 months. So that's really important for me to do and just have that credential. For 2020, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is starting my associate's degree program in graphic design. I'm really excited to get that going and to really just continue to develop and create content for this channel and become an authority in style, personal style, and just continue to learn from others that are already in this profession, but to also develop my own ideas and ways of doing things when it comes to this industry. And so that's what I'm most excited about for 2020. Just really being consistent. I have a lot more other goals, but I'm trying to keep it as specific to this channel as possible. So yeah, I also really want to be very clear when it comes to this channel and what this channel is about, and just be very consistent in the messaging of this channel and the content. So that's my about a year ago tag. I'm excited to look back at this at the end of 2020 and see everything that I've accomplished now that I am more clear than ever and have more self-awareness, and just I operate differently. I see things very differently. So I'm super excited about that for 2020. All right, that is the end of this tag. Who do I tag? I tag everyone. Do this tag and let me know how you feel about it. If you're not a subscriber and you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Favor, peace, and blessings. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.